Acorn soup making with the Upriver crew and Bertha Peters.
I qui. Nek now Sammy Jensaw, rec boy mate with Metchalk. And right now I'm with the BYP Building Youth Power Upriver. And for our project, we were to map out our community resources, which just happens to be this black oak behind me. Yes, it may not be a building and it may not be a person that can do an interview, but this tree right here feeds hundreds of people and hundreds of animals as well. For instance, the acorns that fall off this black oak and other tan oaks such as the white oak and the regular tan oak make acorn soup and acorn flour, which can also be transformed into acorn bread. One of which is the basic necessity for the Yurok people. Now, like I said earlier, it also feeds deer, and the deer are what feeds the people. So it's like a circle of life. And once the deer is killed, and we also use acorns to tan the hide. So it is a huge resource in our community, which it deserves to be on the map.
Before we cooked the acorns, we needed to gather the wood. The boys learned an important lesson in teamwork and the types of wood needed for cooking. Wood used was donated by a community elder, in which we helped stack wood in the back of her truck for her. Cracking acorns is a very important process, which is also the first step into making acorn soup. The boys got really hands-on by cracking acorns with rocks collected at the river or the ocean. They also learned the difference between bad acorns, which have mold or worms in them, and good acorns, which we call walmet, which look like this. The acorns are then grounded into flour. It is time to start the fire and add the cooking rocks. This is a traditional Yurok cooking basket. Water is added and swished around to make sure that the basket is watertight. The rocks are heated for about 3 hours before they are ready to go into the basket. Bertha Peters used a shovel to fish all of her cooking rocks out of the fire. Once she did this, she moved them onto a log that was near. Several small cooking rocks are used to heat up the acorns. Bertha Peters shared how to traditionally cook acorns. The acorn and water are added into the basket, followed by hot rocks. The rocks are stirred frequently to prevent the bottom of the basket from burning. More rocks are added to the acorns to bring them to a boil. Once the acorns are cooked, the rocks are removed from the basket. Next, the girls got some hands-on training. The girls got to use these traditional metal bowls. The process is all the same. The only difference is the bowls that they use to make the acorns in. Several rocks are used to bring the acorns to a boil. This process takes about from 10 to 15 minutes. This is a skill that has been passed down from generations to generation. These girls are preserving our culture. Now the acorns are ready to eat. So, Walklaw for your interest in the Yurok culture.